Welcome. Do you ever have days where you just feel like you have hit your wall? Like you're just exhausted. Maybe you're depleted of your energy. Maybe you've been getting one setback or disappointment after another, and you're just kind of tapped out. Maybe your life feels like some strange Shakespearean satire that you didn't buy a ticket for. And sometimes when we feel this way, we think we're alone. We don't think anybody else is going through this, but I want to reassure you, we all have days like this. Days where it seems like we are just at a shoreline and life is sending us one giant wave after another, and we are just being sucked in and crashed to the ocean's floor in the undertow. If we were really in that situation, we would need to be rescued. We would need somebody to take us out of the waves, to give us CPR. But today I want to talk about how you can kind of rescue yourself on these days, how you can give your soul CPR, because these are the days where we really need to show up for ourselves, and there's ways that we can do that. I want to get started talking about what that can look like. Okay, here's how to give your soul CPR on those days that make us want to just crawl back in bed. The first part of this is C, which stands for comedy. Comedy. We have to laugh. We have to find humor every day, especially on the hard days. How do we do that? Sometimes I like to just listen to videos of stand-up comedians and that gets me laughing. Maybe you like to watch reels from Instagram that get you cracking up. Or maybe you reach out to a trusted friend. Maybe you confide in this person, tell them about what's been going on, and get this person's help in finding the humor of your situation. What is the irony? Is there a way to use some sarcasm, to be playful in how you talk about it and think about it? When things are stressful, what we tend to do is we get a little bit depleted of our serotonin and we need dopamine. Finding the comedy in life and life situations helps us to restore some of that neurochemistry so that we feel more resilient, we have more levity, we feel more lighthearted. So comedy is important. The next part of this is P. P is for perspective. P is about giving our brain some tools so that we can create a mindset that helps us to cope with whatever the situation is that you might be in. So what are the things that we can do to get perspective? The first thing is just to notice that even though it might feel like nothing is working out, look at what is working. Look at what is still going well. What are the things that are still functioning okay? And if you're having a difficult time doing that, just notice the fact that you are breathing right now. If you're breathing, that's something. That's something. Just being alive, being able to have thoughts right now, being able to interact with others, that means that there is something, even your body, that is operating, that's functioning, that is giving you new breath, that is maintaining your physical life, and build on that. What else is there that you can think of that is going well in your life, or that's just going, that's functioning? Another way to have perspective is just to zoom out. When we are having a difficult time, sometimes we catastrophize and we start to make global generalizations in our mind. Nobody cares about me. Everything is ruined. We make these declarations that cause us to feel like this cloud above our head is really just this overarching darkness that's always going to be there. That's not the case. When we zoom out, we notice how temporary our circumstances really are. And the fact is, in a day, a week, a month, a year, whatever it is you're dealing with is probably not going to seem that important. So zoom out and look at the big picture. Look at the fact that this is going to pass, whatever it is that you're going through. It doesn't minimize how difficult it is, but it does remind you that things are going to get better. A part of that can also be create a positive focal point for yourself. What can you look forward to in the future? Is there a day coming up where maybe you'll get to sleep in? Is there a time when maybe you're going to get together with someone that you care about, or even go on a vacation somewhere? What can you look forward to? When we are really struggling, having those positive focal points becomes even more important to us. Another important part of Having perspective is to let go of these shoulds. We all have shoulds. Like, by noon, I should have had this much water that I've been drinking to stay hydrated, or by this time of the week I should have made this number of sales calls, or I should be at this point in my workout plan. What are your shoulds? Sometimes when life is really not going well, we have to let go of those shoulds because we can't stay on track. We can't meet those benchmarks that we've set for ourselves. And that's okay. That's okay. We have to relax our expectations of ourselves, and that means letting go of the shoulds. Finally, be careful about comparison, comparing ourselves to others, or even comparing ourselves to how we operate on a good day. It's not really fair. You know, sometimes we have days where we just have to survive it. We just got to get through. We've just got to kind of keep going through the day and not make any major life decisions or do anything that is going to make circumstances worse. So try not to compare how you're doing with how you thought you'd be doing or how others seem to be doing. Just focus on getting through your day and being there for yourself in a soothing way. And that brings us to R. R is important. R stands for rest. When you're struggling, it taxes your autonomic nervous system. It resources your entire body to be in a stress response mode that is exhausting. And whether you realize it at the time, you might feel energized because you have adrenaline in your system, but I guarantee that if you're significantly stressed, and if you've been stressed for a while, you are probably depleted of a lot of your energy stocks. So we need to look forward to a time to rest. Ideally, if you could carve out an entire day, maybe take a mental health day, have a day that's dedicated to just relaxing, resting, don't plan anything. But there's other ways that you can rest. Maybe you fit in a power nap. Maybe you take something off of your schedule today and just find a way to sit back or lie down, close your eyes, listen to some music, or just have peace and quiet. Anything that you can do to relax your body and relax your mind. Could you benefit from a digital detox? Sometimes we like to zone out on our devices, but that can actually just give us more stimulation. So giving ourselves a period of time, maybe an hour, where we just do nothing and we try to shut out all of the external stimuli. Even planning a vacation could be something that allows us to look forward to rest, or deciding to go to bed early at night so that our body's actually getting more sleep. I encourage you to really prioritize rest on these days where you're struggling, because even though it might feel like a circumstantial issue or a mental issue or an emotional problem, your body is feeling it. Your body is being drained. And the same thinking power that you want in order to problem solve, it's going to come to you in spades if you can let your body rest. It's the best investment that you can make. And the return on that investment is that you will be more creative and more patient going forward. I hope that when you are finding yourself living these challenging days where you feel exhausted, drained, alone, disappointed, dejected, hopeless, this is the time to show up for you. This is the opportunity to give yourself some soul CPR. I hope you can apply these suggestions that I've made to really help yourself kind of stabilize and move through the day, knowing that you are going to get through this. You've gotten through these things before. You're going to get through this. You're going to be stronger on the other side. But go easy on yourself. Go easy on yourself. And know that you have so many people out there who need you in this world, who care about you, who love you, and who would be there to rescue you if they could. But today is your day to rescue yourself and to show up for you. If this was helpful, feel free to share it with someone you care about, hit like or subscribe, and hope to see you next time.